How are you doing, everyone? I am the YuGiOh Scrub, and I have beef with you, my loyal subscribers, because I uploaded for the first time in 2 years the other day, and one of you unsubscribed. I was at 378, only to find myself at 377 the next morning. That means that someone saw my video, and after a long hiatus, you decided your course of action was to go to my channel and unsubscribe. And to you, you can't call me Bailey. Everyone else, you can, because you stayed subbed. Now, I am back at 378, meaning maybe you realized the error of your ways and you decided to come back to the light side. Me, I'm in the dark side right now because I'm in a black hood. That's the universal symbol of evil, and we are playing an evil hero, Dark Gaia, today. Fun deck. I built this, threw it together. It is, I can't say, everything's trying to be modern, not trying to build old decks. But I tried to use some modern deck building style to throw in Evil Hero Dark Gaia. It's it's an OTK, make a really big monster and attack for game. I just kind of put it together by looking at the best fiends and the best rock monsters, because that's what you need, one fiend and one rock to fusion summon it. We got Caius, the best card in medicine format. 2400 attack, so it's a good attack stat for the to make the monster. 3 of that, 3 Doom Caliber Knight, because it's effect negation. It's kind of rare for walking effect negation in Edison format. And then 1 Gores, just play the best fiends. You don't want to go crazy. Fiends aren't that great of a type on their own, but they have some pretty powerful individual cards. Rock monsters, Quackimera Guardian. So with the Doom Caliber Knight, it's this really interesting 1900s. They both have good attack stats and then good effect negation. It's Raikou, whatever monster, it's effect negation. You guys know what that is. 1 Grand Mark, just to kind of beef up the rock monster count. There's not that many. We also got the Fossil Dyna and Neospatian Grand Mold, the 2 best rock monsters in the format. But then this is the guy that I think is kind of interesting and pulls this deck together in a way. Gigantes. 1900 can't be normal summons. He's one of the ones where you banish an earth monster and then you can summon him. But 1900 is not a small attack stat. The problem with Fossil Dyna and Grand Mole is that they don't really add too much to the Gaia attack stacks. It's 1200 and 900 attack respectively. So you really want to be making it with one of the bigger 1900 guys, whether it's Quackimera Guardian, Gigantes, or Grandmarg. And then what's a great earth monster to kind of facilitate the Gigantes summoning is Super Nimble Mega Hamster. Gets a Raikou, can mill some of your cards, and fuel your Dark Calling. So it kind of comes together in this really interesting engine. A little bit of draw power, the Legacy of Yatagarasu. I like the trap stuns in this deck because it's an OTK deck. It's a great thing to just flip a trap stun, make your big push. And sometimes if they only have reactive traps, you're just left with the biggest monster on board, and then they can't get over it. So, we're going to go and play the deck, just see how it goes today. It is the default. Let's go ahead to the duel room, not the deck constructor, and play some Edison Formato. Look at that. How quick was that? Make sure the screen's right. And I win the rock, paper, scissors. I am the GOAT. Take a sip of protein smoothie. Lick away my protein milk mustache. And talk about my opening hand, which, of course, wow, the back row hate, kind of strong. Double trap stun, MST, Heavy Storm, Raikou. So we're just going to set a Raikou and end. Don't really want to set trap stun yet, not with Heavy Storm, MST, and all these other cards in hand. It'd be nice if we can get a good mill with the Raikou. Okay, he sets his own. I think I'm going to flip my Raikou. I just don't want to risk that being his own Raikou. So I suppose I could Legacy set, and if it's a Raikou of his own, but then he can tribute for Caius. I just want to get the monster off board. I feel like I have to, and get some mills going. It was a Necro Gardener, so unfortunately, nothing great. Though I did mill a Rock and Fiend, so I could just go straight for the Dark Gaia, which I think I might. I mean, the Necro Gardener has to go away at some point. The only problem is that I have nothing. Maybe I'll wait. Because if he has Gores, I have no way to get the Gores off board. More specifically, the Gores token. Because Dark Gaia gets so big that the Gores can't even get over it. Okay, summons Lila. The summon's okay. He does attack right away, so I'll eat 1500. And he's probably going to use the effect to mill. I will chain my Legacy Yatagarasu. Drawing, oh my goodness, another Dark Calling. Trade in. Pitching, okay, so it's an Amaryllis. So he's got Necro, Amaryllis, and Grave, milling 3 from the Lila, so I probably should have attacked quick. He gets a Dandelion, Titanial, Karma Cut. So these Trap Stuns are probably going to do nothing. Call of the Haunted. Let's just go ahead and Dark Calling. Banishing Guardian and Doom Cow. Summoning Evil Hero Dark Gaia. Making him a 3800 attack point monster. And let's just go ahead and attack a token. Let's put some good damage on board. I think I'll then go ahead and maybe set a Trap Stun. Maybe I'll just set the call. I'm not really worried about him having, any back row. I think I'll probably be siding out most of these. Do I want to do anything? Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. Doesn't really do anything. Forgot that because of my effect, the Lila will then be able to switch to attack and then pop the Call of the Haunted. Normally you don't have to worry about Lila popping 2 turns in a row. He summons the Lone Fire and attack. Getting another Titanial. The problem here is I just don't know if he has anything bigger. He can summon all the monsters he wants, but I feel like they don't typically run stuff. Maybe a Lightning Vortex. He does have the Necrogarda in Grave. And he's summoning a bunch of monsters. Let's go ahead and Heavy Storm. Alright, he does have a Regeki break. That's fine. Set the Trap Stun and set a Raikou. Might be dead this next turn. We'll see. Flip and target the Titanial. He probably should have attributed the Lone Fire Blossom, so then I would have to eat the 800 damage. Yeah, would have been game if he attributed the Lone Fire Blossom, because I would have had to eat 800 from the first Amaryllis effect. So little misplay by him. Hope you all are having a great day. If not, go ahead, make it a good day, then come back here and finish the video. Like I say, he's got no more plants. Heard a rumor through, E3 Yu-Gi-Oh! It looks like they might be reprinting a card, hopefully Amaryllis. Make this deck more affordable for everyone else, even though I do not own real cards and don't intend on buying them unless I get super rich. let's go ahead. MST the back row. And then let's just set a couple of cards. I do not have a rock engrave, so the Dark Calling is inactive. If I seem a little more reserved, guys, a little less crazy, I won't lie. My girlfriend is in the other room, and this is the first time I'm recording something while she's home. And feels a little weird, because I feel like she's hearing me say Yu-Gi-Oh card names and wondering what the hell I am saying. Okay, so that's game. Let's go to game 2. Won't show them any more information. Do I want anything? I think the bottomless seem okay here. Fossil Dyna could be interesting. DD Crow, Soul Release. These are all pretty nice cards. Compulse, things that target don't look like they'll be very good. Take out the back row hate. Book of Moon doesn't seem like it'll be too good. Yeah, I think this is the way to go. Game 2. Unfortunately, Saturday might be more booked than I thought originally it was going to be, so I'm going to try to get some recordings done prior to then, even though I know in a previous video I talked about being able to record a bunch for you all. Trust me, I apologize. It's not what I wanted. I think I set the Fossil Dyna. Potentially, if he goes off with a bunch of special summons, flipping this could be a non-targeting way to destroy a bunch of stuff. Maybe I should have saved it for if he has a, Titanial on field later. He sets one of his own. Now, do I Doom Cal? Yeah, I think I Doom Cal. And Doom Cal immediately negates the effect, and I will set a back row and end. My thought process there is if I Grand Mold, then I'd have to flip my own Fossil Dyna, and I kind of want to do that later. He's going to Lila. I'll bottomless. Keep him off his mills. Alright, perfect. Super Nimble Mega Hamster with a Caius in hand. Now we can kind of get rolling a little bit. Keeping the Fossil Dyna face down. He's probably thinking it's a YuGiOh. So I'd imagine he's going to want to wait until he can get a Titanial on field before attacking that. Because Titanial will be able to negate the YuGiOh. Preferably Titanial plus a plant. Which looks like he'll probably get by sending a Dandelion. No, a Lone Fire. Interesting. What's going on here? Maybe he's playing the long game. He's going to banish the Lone Fire and then bring it back with DDR next turn. I think that might be his game plan. Okay, draw a YuGiOh. That's unfortunate, though, frankly. The Grand Mole is kind of perfect. A little worried that that would be a Torrential Tribute or Mirror Force or something. I think I'm going to actually banish the Amaryllis. We'll set a YuGiOh. And then let's normal summon and banish the Amaryllis. It is a Torrential Tribute. Okay. Unfortunate. Exactly what I didn't want. Do I go ahead and go for... Yeah, I think I'm going to. Banish Caius. Banish Fossil Dyna. That's a 3600 Dark Gaia. Does he have a Gores? Doesn't look like it. So now he's probably going to have to, if he has a DDR or something, bring back the Lone Fire, if that's the read that I was. Okay, he gets tokens. Though tokens don't really do too much against the Dark Gaia. He needs something a little bit stronger. And actually, I have game next turn, assuming this back row is nothing. Though, I'd imagine he'd have scooped. It's probably a Regeki break. He does bring back the Amaryllis. Of course, I draw bottomless this turn. I think the plan, I don't want to use my normal summon, is just to attack a token. Alright, deal 3,600 damage. Putting him at 800. And I think I will set the Raikou. So it might be a bluff. But it certainly, if it is, it stopped me from going for game. He mills 3 more. The Card Trooper, Milling Charge, Lone Fire, Lightning Vortex. Okay, that's nice to see the Lightning Vortex gone. I imagine he'd only be playing 1. Destroying the Regeki break. That is perfect. So it was a Regeki break. Milling a Rock and a Fiend, and unfortunately another Dark Calling. He DDRs, discarding Hidden Armory for Lone Fire. Tributing the token, probably for a Titanial. We'll bottomless the Titanial. And unless he has back row. Okay, he does have back row, though. I'm going to have to assume that's a bluff. I mean, I'm not going to play it too safe. Now the question is, I do think I'm going to brain control the Amaryllis. The thought process being, if it is a Regeki break, he won't be able to destroy both monsters. So let's go ahead and take the Amaryllis. And we'll start by trying to attack the Lone Fire Blossom. Okay, yep, perfect. So my game plan worked. Stealing his monster to have 2 bigger monsters. I'm just thinking if I want to bring in potentially, yeah, I'll do going second, a Smash and Ground. Maybe another Smash and Ground over 1 Gigantes. But I love the rock monster count. Gores isn't too good here, but it's a Fiend. Grandmark. Yeah, Grandmark, he doesn't set a lot of cards. I would rather the destruction for a pesky Titanial. Alright, opening hand, Fossil Dyna, Quackimary Guardian, Neospatian Granmole, Bottomless Trap Hole, and Brain Control. He summons Lone Fire to start. Is he going to go straight for a Titanial? Is he going to get 2 Lone Fires? Yep, he goes for a second Lone Fire, thinning the deck, getting a Titanial. Trade in Amaryllis. No, yep, okay. Another Amaryllis, or a Amaryllis. I was hoping it would be a Titanial, so he's got his engine going. This is when the Amaryllis decks are scary. But I got a pretty good counter with Granmole and Fossil Dyna. Okay. This is actually really nice. I'm gonna set the Fossil Dyna, and I'll set a Bottomless. He has no back row, so I'm not afraid of him popping the Fossil Dyna with a Regeki Break or anything like that. And this is kind of exactly what I hoped. Basically, get a Mirror Force in the form of a Fossil Dyna. And I do take 800 from the Amaryllis effect. But now if he summons a monster, and I can actually, at the end phase, assuming he brings out the Amaryllis, I'll be able to banish it. Let's see. I just want to make sure. Okay. And I will Bottomless the Amaryllis. And yeah, I figured he'd fix the Titanial. Accidentally banishing it face down. Amaryllis then will get banished. What I was looking for with Amaryllis is that it wouldn't oddly miss timing. It wasn't like a effect that summons then banishes. Alright, I think I can go for some damage Quackmere Guardian. And because I have Quackmere Guardian, I don't need to be afraid of Lila, so I will Mirror Force, or set the Mirror Force. He uses Foolish. Pitching what? Maybe Dandy for tokens. Maybe an Amaryllis to get it into the graveyard. Yep, Dandy for tokens, so think. That's fine. He can have some tokens. Next turn I'll be able to get... Actually, I don't know if I can get over them with a Grammel. I'll need to draw another rock monster. He does set a card. But I draw Dark Calling. Though, the only thing I'm afraid of would be Torrential Tribute. I'm thinking I could use Granmole and return the token to hand, which would just destroy it, but then I get Granmole back to hand and can destroy both tokens. But given the fear of Torrential Tribute, I'm just gonna attack one token. And end phase, reveal the Granmole. I think this deck is really fun, a little underrated. Decks that play really defensively, Gaia can just destroy. Alright, unfortunately Doom Caliber Knight, although a great card, the end phase effect of Quackmere Guardian would be destroyed. Or it would destroy by Doom Caliber Knight, and I lose both my monsters. So I just have to go ahead and attack again. Okay, he Mirror Forces. I think the play... Is it to summon Granmole, or is it to summon Doom Caliber Knight? I think Doom Cal. Keep him off a Lone Fire, a Lila, a Raikou, anything like that. Can protect it with Mirror Force. Okay, and I draw a Gigantes, which is interesting because the special summon is not an activated effect, it's an inherent special summon. So I could get another 1900 body, the only problem being if he does manage to destroy by battle, then I would lose my Doom Cal itself, because I believe, yeah, it's a destroy all spells and traps on the field. It's a mandatory effect, not a you can. Which makes Gigantes, I didn't even talk about this in the deck profile, but also interesting because it acts in a way as a heavy storm. Granted, your opponent has to destroy by battle, so it's a very easy heavy storm to play around. I don't know if I actually want to summon it though, because my only monster is, or my only rock monster at the moment to fuel the start calling is a Quackimera Garden. Actually, I do have a fossil dino. Never mind, I forgot about that in the beginning of this game. I think I might summon it. Let's go ahead and summon it. Alright, so now I can start getting some damage. He takes 19. Again, I can protect that monster with Mirror Force, though he doesn't really have anything normal summonable with over 1900 attack. I believe their highest attack normal summon is a Lila, which would be unfortunate, though actually I can't even destroy my Mirror Force because I have Doomcow. Like, when this deck gels, it is really nice. Okay. Interesting. So he Regeki breaks the Doomcow, gets discarding Plague, Heavy Storms. Okay. This is unfortunate. He Miracle Fertilizers, bringing out Lone Fire. Luckily, that also destroys the Miracle Fertilizer immediately, but he does get a Titanial on field. And I will take 900 when he attacks with the Gigantes with the Titanial. Though if he doesn't have any back row. Okay, he does. The question is, do I Fossil Dyna? Or do I Grand Mole? Or do I Brain Control and then Dark Calling? I think I set Fossil Dyna. I have enough life points that I'm not too worried. If that is a Regeki break, it'd be unfortunate. Okay, so he has a trade in for a Titanial. Regeki break would be the worst back row. I need this Fossil Dyna to flip. And I need to take a sip of this protein shake because it's getting kind of nasty. You never want to let a protein shake sit too long. He Debris Dragon's bringing out a Dandelion, and that will destroy the Dandelion and the Titanial. And I take 1,000 from the Debris Dragon attack. And this is good. He Synchros, but I have Brain Control Caius to get rid of that back row. Or I could also Grand Mole and just put it right back. Is that better? No, I think Brain Control Caius is better. Because then it would give me a bigger Fiend and Grave. If that's Torrential Tribute. It is. Okay. This is game. Banishing the Caius. And that's 4,300. 19 plus 24. That's a beefy hero. So, like, that's why you want to run the Caius and the big 1900 rocks. And he left right away. 29 minutes. Let's go for one more. I like to give you guys at least like a 40-minute to hour-long video. Though frankly, I probably should call it here. If I don't find something in like 10 seconds, I'm just going to call it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, you guys got lucky. Not gonna lie, I was almost hoping that it wouldn't go through. And maybe it won't. Oh my goodness, you guys are insane. You guys are getting so much content from me right now. I hope you're happy. I hope that you're falling asleep to the sound of my soothing voice, even though I can't stand the sound of my voice when I listen back to recordings. I don't know if that's a universal thing. I mean, I think it is. Maybe not universal, but I've heard a lot of people say they hate the sound of their own voice. Okay, and they set 2 back row. This is perfect. Opening hand, Heavy Storm, Call the Haunted, Compulse, 2 YuGiOh, Doomcal. We're just going to immediately go ahead and Heavy Storm. Alright. And we're going to attack the face down. Okay. It's a frog. Interesting. I'll set the Compulse. So they have Regeki breaks, so they're going to have a lot of chainable traps. And Doomcal negates the Substitute immediately. I don't know if I want to... No, I have a Compulse. Yeah. I'm thinking I could set the Call of the Haunted to bring back the Doomcal, because that's another interesting with the Call of the Haunted, is I have, in a way, chainable monster negation. Okay. I'm a little worried. I want to get the effect from this YuGiOh as fast as possible. Unfortunately, some pretty terrible mills. I'll set the Solemn in case he has a Monarch. Compulse, I can bring back one of the YuGiOhs. Salvage. Okay, so he's playing a like Turbo Frog deck. Kind of interesting Frog deck. Brings back Substitute. I think. That's fine. I got the knowledge of the Treeborn. In theory, I could have negated the summon. But I kind of want to let him get as much as he can, and then I'll just do my thing after. I don't want to spend all the life points just to get rid of a Substitute when he has so many more copies in deck. I think I'd rather let him thin his deck and then negate his more impactful plays later. He has already normal summoned with the Substitute, so he's probably going to go for a dupe lock. Though he has 1 dupe in hand, so we'd have to be running 2 dupes in order for it to work. Which he's not. Okay. And I'll flip summon, targeting the dupe frog. Milling a Guardian and Fossil Dyna, so I have a Fiend and a Rock and Grave now. And let's just go ahead and attack. Doing some mediocre damage, but damage is damage. Still have a Compulse. He has a back row, so... Okay, we'll let him go ahead and do this. Junk Synchron targeting Swap Frog. Okay. I do think I'm going to flip summon the hamster. Get myself my third YuGiOh before I potentially draw it. And I'm just going to attack. Doing some very mediocre damage. That's fine, I suppose. Is it? Yeah. Okay, so he has Gores. I will tribute, banishing his Gores. Doing 1,000 damage. And I'll end. So now we can bring back his Treeborn, though I have Solemn if he's trying to summon a monster. Spending 3,950 life points. Okay. Standby main. Let's attack for some damage. Gores is already gone. And we'll go ahead and set and end. I could compulse back. Okay, so he's bringing back Junk Synchron, summoning Dupe. That's fine. He can Synchro for a 6. YuGiOh. Okay, that's fine. I'll just compulse the YuGiOh. And battle phase. Fader. Yep, he's got Fader. Okay. I should have brought back my Doomcow. That was really stupid of me. I was playing so fast. Nonetheless, I can't bring it back now because he could just kill it with the Treeborn Frog. I could do it after the summon. I could have also brought back the Fossil Dyna. Yeah, no, these are some misplays. Okay. He dust shoots. Putting back one of my Kaises. And he just scoops. Alright, Soul Release. DD Crow, DD Crow. I don't really love Bottomless. Definitely can bring out the Trap Hate. Actually, maybe I'll leave in Trap Stuns, because those are pretty nice against some of the back row. Fossil Dyna is also really nice. Book of Moon doesn't seem like it'll be doing much. And then Compulse is probably better than Mirror Force. And better than Dust Shoot, Grand Mole seems kind of pointless. Maybe. Grand Marg's definitely pointless, so we'll bring the other Compulse in for that. And I think that's pretty good. "40-minute recording right now. Alright, Summon Substitute, probably gonna get himself a swap or a dupe. Probably swap. Yep. Dump the Treeborn Frog. Bring back swap to hand. And I get trapped. Dust Shoot. Just have to set the YuGiOh because Guardian and Doomcow would kill themselves. Doomcow on the Treeborn Frog effect and Quackimere Guardian on the fact that I have no rocks. So we'll set YuGiOh and set Dust Shoot. Do I want to set more? No, I think this is fine. Okay, so he's got Ryza and Vanity's Fiend and Caius. I almost want to just get rid of the Swamp Frog. But I think the play is to get rid of the Caius. So Mirror Force, TT. Alright, so he's got Mirror Force and Torrential Tribute. So if he sets something, we know that it's not chainable. Okay. So he sets one. If I had to guess, I'll set them all. Wonder what he flip. What do I want to target? Oh, we'll target the back row. So is Mirror Force. Alright, not the best mills. Salvage. Bringing back Substitoad and Treeborn Frog. And I will also Torrential Tribute. Thinking there is, I don't want him to bounce the Ryza back to hand. He hadn't normal summoned. Okay, so he's Torrential. I unfortunately have to play this slow, drawing the Dark Calling. Reading. I've never seen this. Call me bad. After damage. Okay, this is an interesting card. So it's a way to basically negate YuGiOhs. But now I can normal summon the Guardian and attack over it. Yeah, that's fine. And I'll just end. Okay, so I suppose, in hindsight, knowing he had Death Tornado, could have used Compulse. But hindsight is 2020. If that's Regeki break, yep, okay. Now, what do I want to do? I feel like I'm okay. Don't mind Bottomless. I feel like the Bottomless are pretty decent one-for-ones if I play it right and don't put monsters on the field and he can't summon his big guys. I mean, he can, but they just die. So we'll go first. Tied 1-1. And now, an incredibly monster-heavy opening hand. Grand Mole, Guardian, Mega Hamster, Doomcow, Gigantes, double Doomcow. But I think Doom Cow's important. Literally tried to go to battle phase there as if I could. Doom Cow's, I think, a good opening play. Okay. Oh. I thought he was using the effect. $500. Okay. Unfortunately. Actually, wait. Graham will just get through this. And then set the dust chute. Activate the dust chute and see what he's got. Alright, we'll take the Vanity's Fiend. I just can't have that hitting the field. He's got Ryza, Dupe, and I think another swap it was. So he's pitching Dupe for another swap, sending probably the other Treeborn. No, Substitute. Salvage. Okay, so yeah, he's going to go for a Dupe block of some sort. With Ryza in hand, though, Super Nimble Mega Hamster isn't really doing much right now. So he's going through all of his frogs. I'll take 1100. And he uses the second effect to normal summon another Dupe Frog. I will go ahead, set Compulse, and normal summon Kwakimeru, and reveal the Granville that he already knows I have in hand. So I'm in a lock, but so is he. He can tribute, but I can negate. Okay, so exactly what I thought was going to happen happened. And I think the play here is now Dark Calling. Getting myself a 3800 attack Dark Gaia. And then do I hamster? I definitely, no matter what, compulsing one of the Dupe Frogs is the next play. And I think I set the hamster. And so he takes a bunch of damage, but it actually can't be destroyed. In a way, this is bad for him. Bad that it can't be destroyed, I should say, because of the Substitute effect. Substitute protects his frog. Alright, let's just hope he doesn't have a tribute, which I'm sure he does, because he's playing Frog Monarch. No, he actually doesn't. Normal summoning. And he attacks the hamster with the swap frog, so he takes 800. So he has to have Torrential in order for this to do anything. flip summon, target a dupe. Milling another YuGiOh. And he would have had... Okay. I'll assume he wanted to do it on attack. Though I feel like if it's an enter battle, yeah, that's a point where you can activate a card. I will go ahead. I don't want to set the monster, so I guess I'll normal summon the Grand Mole. And set Bottomless Trap Hole. This does kind of keep him from summoning a big monster, at least until he attacks with Unifrog. I'll let him go back. No big deal. Then he pops the Bottomless Trap Hole. I'll eat 800 from the Swap Frog over the YuGiOh. Alright, and he brings back... Interesting. We get another Dark Calling. Though I don't have a rock engrave. Just a Fiend. Though it is Earth. So I think what I do here... Let's assume. Actually, I can only attack the Dupe Frog. So I bounce the Dupe Frog. And then 19 over 4 is 3,000. Okay. Thinking. Yep, okay. Here's what I'm going to do. Banish Dark Gaia. Summon Gigantes. Switch Hamster to attack. Bounce those to hand. Attack the Unifrog. I would have had game, but the problem is that Doomcow would have negated the Grand Mole. But I still think that going for as much damage as possible was the right play. And he still has a Treeborn Engrave. But I haven't normal summoned yet. So I think I just normal summon the Grand Mole and end. Alright, he takes my Gigantes. $800. 400 damage. He tributes the Gigantes. Okay, so he gets a Dupe Frog. Okay, and I think I might have game here. Brain Control, take Dupe. Yep. We got game. Take the Dupe Frog. And he admitted defeat. Alright, let's go back. So I feel like this deck is actually pretty damn powerful. If played right, I'm sure there's optimizations to be made that I have not yet made. But I really, really like just the way it plays. Giving yourself tribute fodder with the Hamster Raikou Caius engine, the effect negation with the Doomcal Quakimaru Guardian. Grandmarg isn't a great card, you know, it didn't really see any play at all, but just having it be the 2400 rock monster to sometimes make a 4800 or sometimes even, would it be 51 if you use the Grandmarg and Gores. Dark Gaia, you know, that can be really powerful. We saw the Fossil Dinos do work, we saw the Grand Moles do work, and I mean, just the fact that those are two individually incredibly powerful cards, but you're using them in a way that they actually have synergy with the deck because they're rock monsters. And that's just something that, you know, you don't see with many other decks. You know, a lot of stun decks can use those cards, but they just don't actually do anything in comparison to when they're in this deck. You just get to run some incredibly powerful stuff like Brain Control. You know, you got Trap Stuns. It's just it's a fun deck. Side deck definitely isn't optimized. You guys can do something with that, but I think this is something that if someone really wanted to bring it to a little tournament, I think it's powerful. Again, sure, there's some ways to make it better, but if you guys can figure that out and go straight ahead, and you know, I love people taking my ideas and making them better. You can always, you know, shoot a comment to a link in a video with how you've improved it. But I hope you guys are having a great day or make it better, you know, all that jazz. Thank you for watching and goodbye.